Hi, how are you? Welcome to ericaangelo.com. Thank you for coming. If you saw my first video, it was called Matrix Relationships. Excuse me, my hair is driving me nuts. You know where you go through that stage where you're like growing it out and it's just like, there? Yeah, I'm there. Not that you need to know that for relationships or to survive in relationships, but it's just my common stress right now. Anyways, matrix relationships. So I shared with that yesterday about how Neo is faced with the option. He can either take the red pill or the blue pill. The blue pill meaning he'll be in the matrix forever. Reality is just going to be this some perception that everyone else is buying into. But if he takes the red pill, everything changes. His eyes are opened. He's awakened to the real reality of what's going on. And I shared with that about how that also comes into play with relationships. So, if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. But this is part two, Matrix Relationships Part Two. You know, I have met people who were about to get married to someone and they questioned it and they said, I don't know if I'm making the right decision. And I'm sure lots of people question that when they're about to get married. But they would say, I don't know if I'm making the right decision here because what if there's someone else out there? What if there's someone else better? And I feel like that is a big part of the matrix deception that is involved in relationships. I think that we are a society that is very distracted. I've shared that before. I mean, look at us. We're constantly like on our phones and we have more apps on our phones than what we need know what to do with. I mean, we've got Facebook, we have words with friends. I mean, you name it, we've got something to keep us distracted. And it's like we live very distracted lifestyles. It's all around us. I mean, we cannot just drive in silence anymore. We can't sit amongst with another friend in silence. It's like silence makes us incredibly it makes us uncomfortable. We feel awkward in it. And so we live in a society that is shaped around distractions and it becomes our norm to be distracted. And that also plays into relationships too, where we get distracted because there are so many options. Guys can just pick up a magazine and it's like, look at those girls. I mean, they look like this and this and this. And then, girls, we can go, I mean, just out in LA, I was like, going and working out in certain places in LA, I was like, oh my God, I've never seen so many beautiful men everywhere. They're just everywhere. And that's just it. There are distractions always around, whether it's magazines, television, or even in real life. And it's really up to us to focus on what it is that we want and to commit to that and say, this is indeed what I want. So I feel like that is a big lie that we buy into. It's a matrix of relationships, of this lie that there's always going to be something else better. And we have so many distractions out there that validate that and say that, yes, there is something better. But what the lie, what the distraction doesn't tell you is that you are like in this rabbit trail where you keep going and going and going and you never land. You never find true love because you're constantly chasing. I mean, you can look at some people who are a little bit older, especially among guys who love the party scene. They love going out with dates upon dates with women. They're up in age and they're just not ready to settle down. And you can see it in their faces. Their faces look worn out. They look tired. They look unfulfilled. And that is the matrix of relationships, of always chasing for there's something else better out there. Well, let me tell you the truth. The truth is once you find something beautiful, you better hold on to it. Yeah, over time, age is going to change. Things are going to look different, but ultimately who that person is, their soul, their heartbeat, their mind, what makes them will always remain there. But if you're looking for things that just are going to get better and like, oh, but that's better and that's better looking and that looks better right now, then you're going to spend the rest of your life chasing. So you have to take action and realize, what decision will you make? Will you take the red pill? Will you be awakened? Or will you just take the blue pill and just spend the rest of your life on the chase, deceived that the next best thing is going to come around the corner, when the next best thing is not going to come around the corner? What you have now is a beautiful masterpiece that's been given to you. Erica Angelo. Go to my website. I have plenty more. Stay tuned for the Matrix of Relationships Part 3. Very good stuff. Mwah. Goodbye.